Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to look at is the pieces that we use for the roofs. It's important to get your head around what's going on with these. This will influence the size and shape of your buildings and stuff. Okay, so under construction and entities and under roadwork, there's the curb islands. There's a variety of these. What these basically are, they're a piece with a land patch. Put a guy on the map. Where are we? Okay, so what these basically are is they have a land patch associated with them, which we're actually going to turn off. In their properties, you can turn that on and off. If I press Alt-H, you can actually see what the land patch does. It just basically puts a block of land under there. You can't go under it. Ironically, in direct control, he will walk straight up the side of it. But anyway, Alt-H to get rid of that. Alt-H cycles through the different height data views. Okay, so you might be thinking, why are we going to use something that has height data attached to it? Well, we're going to turn that off, as we said. But the reason we're using these pieces is because I'm just going to hold down X now and drag with that selected. On the underside of it, it only has a texture on one side. So the way our roofs basically work is we have a piece that sits upside down. But when the unit is under it, they can see it. But we'll have a second piece which is placed over top of it, and we'll line all them up properly. Then we'll have a trigger zone that fits that shape. So when you walk under, you can see the roof. The one on top disappears until you move out from under the trigger zone, the zone we're going to create. That one reappears. So that's the basic concept of how it works. So you've got a variety of pieces here. So when you're building your buildings, it would pay to have one of the pieces you're going to use as a roof, just handy. You can scale it up, either holding down S and dragging with it selected, or you can go into here and you can be more specific with your sizing. And you can do things like adjust angles. So we've got that all wonky. But anyway, basically this is only for when you're building. When we actually come to make the roof, we don't do it in the map. We actually switch to mission mode and place the objects and do it there. But before we get into that, the other piece for square buildings that's good to use is the construction railway platform in there. There's two of them. There's the railway platform mid, so it's only small, and then there's a bigger one. They again have the land patches, which you again have to turn off, but they also have texture only on one side, and that's really what sells us on them. So these are the best pieces I've found in the editor that are good to use. Okay, so the next thing we'll look at will be putting them in place in missions and doing some scripts. So positioning, all that stuff we'll cover next.